right, and so we are on. Welcome to DojoCast. I'm Sensei Mish, and today I have with me Bidhan Lama. He is martial artist, Olympic medalist, and probably one of the most polite men I've ever met. Before we get into our little discussion today, if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. If you hit the little bell, that'll let you know anytime I post anything, whether it be a DojoCast or Kyusho Corner or Mondays with Sensei Mish. So just go ahead with that. If you like this, hit like. And of course, I love your comments, love your feedback. And so here we go. So, Bidhan, how are you?
Very good, sir. So first of all, I'll thank you for Sensei Mish to inviting me, and I can talk about the martial art, my experience, and your experience. And a little bit problem, I have my heavy action.
Okay.
I'll try my best to explain.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So, I've known you through our employer, because we work security in the same department.
Yes,
and,
sir. Yeah.
We won't name any names, but that's one of the rules.
Yes, sir.
But you are a 5th or 6th degree Taekwondo black
and
belt?
officially I finished my exam for 7th degree.
7th?
7th, and then I don't like to say 7 because I'm not good at it. I think I like to say my best time was 3rd degree.
Okay.
That's why everybody asks me which degree, and officially 7, but I say I'm 3rd degree. I try to tell everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But technically on paper, the Cookie One has you as 7th grade.
7th degree. Yes, sir, yeah.
Well, they do say that, do they say? They basically say like the first 4 or 5 black belts you get are what you get from the art, and everything else is what you've put back into.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't know. Do you believe in that?
After 5th, and just your experience and just the written test. We do the karate. They call the kata. We call the pumse.
Yeah.
Pumse, and you have to write the kind of book, kind of stuff like that. Yeah. After 5th, pretty much kind of most mentally, I think, better than physically.
Right.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Well, because we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I felt it now. I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm 53 already, older than you.
Wow. So you've got 6 years on. Well, I'll be 47 in June. Still, you got 6 years on me, man.
Yeah, I'm 53 years old.
Wow.
Feels like I'm still like a 30. My heart saying that, but
well, that's good. That's that's important.
Yes, sir, that's true. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So so where you're from Nepal originally?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Nepal.
Okay.
Nepal is a very tiny country, independent country, and the people didn't know the Nepal, but the only thing they call the Mount Everest.
Okay.
In Nepal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. And what got you into the martial arts?
Yeah, martial art. A little background history in Nepal. When I was young, until I was high school, Nepal martial art is illegal.
Oh, wow.
Only the military and police can do the martial art. And I got a chance to learn because my dad was a police officer. They called the Wadaryo Karate long time ago in Nepal, and Japanese instructor. And I just go little kids and I just joined them, because I'm the officer's son, I guess. I just pretend like that and just side watching them what they do. Mm-hmm. And after that, 1980, and then a lot of people interested in the martial art, and then the government, a lot of public can start a martial art too, and then they call the National Sport Council. Not everywhere, not like here.
Right.
On National Sport Council, they first opened the karate, the city karate. Mm-hmm. And I know a little bit martial art when I was 8 or 9 years old, and then this one is when I was 13, and they started in the sport council martial art karate, and then before that one, I was doing karate with the police, and then and you heard about the Gorkha Army from Hong Kong. Yeah, they were Taekwondo people there, and they come in the vacation after 5 years, they come 6 months, and I learned from them Taekwondo.
Okay.
And I and I did a lot of kicking kind of stuff. And for some reason, I was really flexible. And I thought I know everything, when young. I tried to show up. And and then 1980, they opened there in the Sports Council. You have to sign the paper, you have to show, you're taking martial art, don't use the misuse, you're going to be jail kind of stuff.
Okay.
And it started. And after that, they started national championship kind of stuff, a little championship, and I was winning from the small championship.
And so did that just naturally bring you into the Olympics, or did you just one day be like, I think I'm going to go to the Olympics?
No, and then after, they have a lot of occasion, like a king's birthday kind of stuff, and that's why first I fought 1980, and I won the first place. And the other thing is, back home, the parents, they don't like to do sports, martial art, my time,
right.
because they want to study. What are you going to do sport? What sport's going to do for you? Because in the future, you have to have education.
Yeah.
And then I just sneak, and then I go Taekwondo, and then first King's Cup or something, I win the gold medal, and then the little came in the news, Bidhan Lama, whatever, and I win the medal, and after that, and every year they have a national championship, and every year, and I was lucky, and then I won 5 national champ. I got, and then after that, they don't call the Taekwondo that time. They call the martial art, all martial art mix.
Okay.
And they have one time they did the 1982 or something. They did Mount Everest. They called the Sagarmatha from Nepali, and they put the international Sagarmatha championship. Although 7, 8 country they invited.
Okay.
First, second, third, and I was lucky. I win the three gold medal every year. And then my first championship was Asian championship held every 2 years, only Asian apart.
Okay.
And then I got a qualified, go to the Asian championship, 6th Asian Taekwondo championship in Manila, and then before that I got a scholarship to chance to go to South Korea for the training. Mm-hmm. Like a 3 month and 3 month and a half. I went there, and like I told you before, I know everything, and I was a national champ. I was not a big head, but I practiced. I went to them, and the Korean people, they beat me up really hard because they're so good.
Yeah.
And after that, I went to the Philippines, 6th Asian championship. I did okay, I think, but I don't know what I'm doing, like a big arena, a lot of people. I lost with the Philippines, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
First fight I lost, and then after that, came back the country, and then the official, they talk about the interview, everything, and so this young kid did a very good job. His first experience, and then after that I got a chance to go to the 84, 85. And I think I kind of did mixed up. 85, every 2 years Asian championship.
Okay.
And every 2 year all championship.
Okay.
And I got qualified there too.
So it alternated.
Yes. So yeah. 2 years in only Asia country, even
right.
Australia too. Every 2 year Asian championship, and every 2 years all championship.
Okay, so it's basically every single year, but
every single year,
but each one is held every other year.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And I got a chance to go to the World Championship, and I fought the Asian Championship, and I gave me a little bit, I can do something. Mm-hmm. And because in back home when you fight, you for the country, you fight for country, you don't have to pay nothing.
Right.
They pay ticket, everything. Like I say, I'm like a boxing. The manager, we have an official.
Okay.
We're just gonna fight. That's it.
Yeah.
Win the medal for the country. And I got a chance to go that's the 6th Asian Championship, and this one is the 7th World Taekwondo Championship, held in the Seoul, Korea, 1985.
Okay.
And World Championship was way bigger, like 100 people participate. And that time also, what happened? I lost the first fight too. I fought with the USA that time too. USA, and then the USA he was the Korean American, mm-hmm. and he was really good reputation. He have like gold medals, silver medals, like that. And then I fought with him, and what I did, I don't know, and I did my best, and I was lucky, I didn't knock down anything, and then the final time the result tried to come, and then the kind of like a draw, kind of stop, and nobody have a score, and then because they gave him win, that time very hard to get a score, very hard to knock out. Okay. And then that time like a very scary, no headgear, just a chest cover that time. Okay. And they score. I mean, he win the championship, and then all the people booing. Hey, the Nepal, tiny country. No, we support like that. And then my official also, you have to write a thing and walk. They call hey, he won the fight. Right. Kind of stuff. And then no, he won, and then everything championship finished, closing ceremony happened, and they gave me the best performance young man, something like that. And that encouraged me more, and came back the country, and I have a big TV interview, everything, and then these kids have a potential. I started my journey, and after that, I didn't win anything that time, just a best performance trophy I brought in home, and nice welcome. And then after that, first I fought the 6th Asian Championship, and the second, 7th Asian Championship in Australia. Okay. Happened. Because every time you go out of the country, you have to fight with the whole country, select to go out of the country. Okay. And I qualified that too. And Australia, and they have a lot of good fighter there, good fighter. And I lost first fight too with they call the Chinese Taipei. That's very good too. It seemed like the level I think with the Korean. I lost with him. I mean, he was very good. And after that, and I started more training hard, and then I gained the other part I forgot to tell you. And before the championship, I got every time I go to the other championship, I got a chance to go Korea to train. Okay. And I learned that the sensei, if you fight with a good fighter, you looks good too. Right. That's I went to the and only the good part. What happened? I got a chance to meet the whole championship, everybody in the national team, because Nepal is, I don't want to lie, Nepal called the poor country, and they helped us. Hey man, we don't have not much money, and they made us training with the Korean national team. Okay. And then I just copy them. Oh. Not for the study very good. I can copy the people, the sports thing. Right. And I got a chance to train with he's now the grandmaster. He's a professor now. He's Jungkook Kim. He was a Guinness Book holder. He's the 4-time world champion, and 88 he was a gold medal, and the Asian championship. I don't know how many times he was champion, and I got a chance to train with him too. Oh, right on. Yes, sir. Yeah. And after that, and the first time they put the Taekwondo on the Asian game. Before I fought only the Taekwondo competition all over the world. Now they put the 10 Asian game all over the country, same like an Olympic village. They have everything, like athletic, boxing, biking, everything. And that time Taekwondo participated, and that time Asian fight only maybe 20 countries some participate Taekwondo, and then I won the 2 fight, and I lost with I lost the Singapore or something, and I got a bronze medal. And the Asian game, and then I didn't even know, I was just a fighter. I fought, and I won the bronze medal, and then what happened, and the bronze medal is in Nepal, I don't know how many years they participate Asian game. I was the first medal, bronze medal, but for the country, that's the first medal for the
that was first medal
Asian game. Okay. Asian game, yeah. And then I went to the back country and a big welcome, and after that he started
kind of like that national hero type
Yes,
stuff.
sir, yeah. And then I'm kind of like a very shy person. I don't want to just Yeah. At least I try to my best heads off, and then I in my head I'm just love sport. I just did Right. I didn't want to be big head. And after that, Asian game happened and became already popular, and then they gave me job there, big sport council. I don't have to teach the classes, but they keep instructor. They pay every month, same like employer. Okay. Yeah, and then the 86 my success, and then after 86, 80, 80, 80, 87. 87, yeah. That one is the 8th World Champions Taekwondo Championship happened in Barcelona, Spain. I went there and they have like a lot of people participate. And before, when you fight, like now, like you can alternate, you can fight tomorrow. Like that time, you have like 10 people, you just fight, win, you fight. That time, I won the 4 fights, and I just got a bronze medal. Bronze medal, and then the same thing happened, and then the news, and in the world, 65 years or whatever, Nepal started the sports, and I was the first world champion in the country.
Right.
And I said, whoa. And then that time also, like, from airport to the whole town, from the jeep, like that, and just.
Are you going like a little parade?
Yeah, parade,
Yeah.
with the band, and it's kind of, all champions medal, and then I have I got a chance to meet. That was King was there before the assassination happened, and I got they called some kind of medalist twice. I met the King. King was very big that time, very hard to meet them, and I got twice the star medal. And after World Championship, and we have I fought for 6 Asian Championships in the Philippines, 7th is the Australia, and 8th Asian Championship, like same like Olympic flag. You got every country just go around the flag. That country have to host the championship.
Okay.
And after Australia, we did a good fight, and we brought the flag in the Nepal.
Okay.
And then we host the championship, 8 Asian Championship in Nepal, and then 22 country participate that time, and a very big championship. And then that time I did very good. I gained a lot of experience, and I had a bad luck happen of semi-final. I had my weak kick. I think I did some kind of kick, and the guy is very tall. I did the back kick. He kicked the same time, and my hip go like this, and my rep.
Oh
the
my
rear,
gosh.
it's a dislocated happened, and only master, sometimes you fight, you don't want to be pretend,
Right.
like a tough. And I was that time already the score system, you can see the computer you winning, which score you have, and I was winning in second round, and I'm kicking, and then what happened? Every time I jog to try to kick, and then keep happening like that. My thing.
Oh, dude.
Like that happening, and I didn't even know. I was young, and as everybody cheering me, and the game finished, and they raised my hand. I collapsed. I was collapsed, and took the emergency, and big doctor there, and then they tried to do, because I have to fight final.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to fight the final, and if I fight the final, if I do a good fight, I'm gonna be gold medal. That's my achievement my whole life. And the doctor, very smart, I said, no, don't fight. You want to be, sports is your life, but you have to think about your life too.
Right.
Life too. And then I couldn't fight the final, and I just got a silver medal. Silver medal, and that's also big thing happened. And that time, and then I took I have a physical therapy, and I'm still doing training, and then just the dislocate doesn't broke the bone.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and then nice and easy. And then 1988, after this year or something, I recover. I still was doing training, and then in the 88, before they didn't have Olympic, in 88 they put it at Taekwondo with the demonstration.
That was the very, very first year.
Year, 1988. Yeah. And then they sent me the invitation, and they tried to do like who won the world champion of country. They invite us.
Okay.
Invite us, and we have this controversy back home because, hey, always Bidhan Lama, why Bidhan Lama, kind of stuff. People always, back home is only the one thing is bad is like a little bit different than here. In here, like in everybody, I meet you and everybody encourage you. Hey, like in that a little bit different. They try to go, man, this guy getting popular, he making money, let's put him down. That's kind of attitude. My friend, and like that, and I have to be, Yeah. Anyway, and then the selection happened again. I don't have to fight, but I thought I win, and then it did. And then that time I have to win only three fight,
Okay.
and I lost with the USA, Juan Marino, and I got my bronze medal. After bronze medal, I win the bronze medal, and then and other part is like every time we go to the big championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big championship all over the world, and then we go to the invitation championship, like USA have a USA Taekwondo Union.
Right.
They invite like a 7-10 country, and we go fight there. Just that's why I travel all over the world.
Right.
Just invitation fight, and same thing you can win the medal too. That's why again all my experience.
Okay. Wow. That's quite a journey.
Yeah, and that time the only good thing happened, like a question gonna be why I came here,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to the like Europe, Asia, Africa. I didn't get a chance. Only a couple country I went, Europe like Denmark, everything, and then you meet all the grandmaster kind of people, and they go, "Hey man, what is your future? When you gonna go after you finish your fight?"
Mm-hmm.
And Australia, I like the Australia too, and then I just gonna spend my whole time my sports because I love sports, and if you got an opportunity you want to teach, invite. I say I'll do it. And a couple countries, Australia, and the other New Zealand, and then the USA. And I hear the USA,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a lot of friends too here. And my master, the grandmaster, after '88 he moved to the United States.
Okay.
And he have a big school. And I go, and I followed him. I said, before, I don't know New Zealand people, I don't know the Australian people. After a couple of years, I have to back or something, and I choose the United States. I came here 1990.
That's about when I started training. I started in Taekwondo, but I started in 1990.
1990, so
Yeah, no, my parents told me that they didn't want me to get into the martial arts because I'd get hurt.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Yeah,
So when I turned 18, I was like, well, I can make my own decision. So, and really the only thing out there that it's not the only thing that I knew of. A friend of mine was, he had trained in a little bit of Kung Fu.
Yes, sir.
And it looked interesting.
Yes, sir.
And then, what was his name? Tae Hong Che. He had the school on 116th and Halsey there. And so,
yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Master Che?
Master Che.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started in that school and was there for a little bit. I've never really been one for competition.
Yes, sir.
And so, but it was I just felt the whole attitude of the school was competition.
Yeah, that's true.
And, because it is primarily looked at as a sport, and that just wasn't me.
Yes, sir.
So I stopped for a little bit, and I was going to Mount Hood Community College,
Yes, yeah.
and they had, it just said, I don't know if it was listed as Taekwondo or karate, but it was just, or maybe just general martial arts. But Che's school, or a couple of his students, ran that program.
Yes,
and I was in there for several years. And then that's when I was interested. Did you ever meet Scott Rohr? He was one of Che's top guys here. I don't know. He actually, I don't know if he actually went to the Olympics. I do know that
he's a BMA.
But he's what is it? He did. When they did the whole Olympic torch run.
Yeah, okay.
So he ran the Olympic torch in Gresham, because it was all basically based out of Taekwondo being, in the Olympics for the first time. And I didn't know him then. Of course I didn't meet him until after the fact. But he was one of the instructors that I met out at Mount Hood. That actually got me into pressure points and Riko Kempo.
I remember the one guy from Che student, because that time I was kind of young, and then when I went to the Asian game and Olympic kind of stuff, that time Magic Johnson, all the volleyball, the basketball player like that.
Right.
I just heard about that, but that time is I'm no interest in Christian, like that. Just I met a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now I realize that after I said, whoa, and maybe I met him too. I saw in the magazine Che's student in Olympics, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he was an Olympic. I'm thinking he was an Olympic coach, Don't quote me on that. But for the United States, I know that he did coach. But I don't know if that was in '88 or if that was after that. But yeah, that's kind of where I started. But it's kind of funny because and this feeds into the question of how you feel about people dogging on Taekwondo, because like me, I do it kind of jokingly. I know that it's a sport.
Yep.
I've done it.
Yes, sir.
Not to say that that I can't tell Jewish jokes because I'm not Jewish. So I took Taekwondo so I can make fun of Taekwondo.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's
true. But since it is primarily looked at it as a sport, where do you how do you deal with people who would be like, oh, Taekwondo, it's not a real martial art? What are your feelings about that?
No, we had like that too, even Nepal.
Yeah.
After remember after 80, then they have a karate, they have a kung fu, a lot of martial art.
Yeah.
And they're like, Taekwondo, just the karate. The people, karate say karate is better, Taekwondo better. Mm-hmm. Like that, I love Taekwondo, and then just depend for the people's view, I guess. I mean, the Taekwondo. Now is after 88 or something, they turned the sports. Before, like they called the Taekwondo as martial art. Mm-hmm. Martial art. And one of I never met him, but when I was young, I called the idol Bruce Lee. I called the idol my Bruce Lee because, he did Taekwondo with Grandmaster John Rhee. Mm-hmm. And Taekwondo is a real martial art, in my view.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it has its place. It definitely does.
Yes, sir.
A friend of mine, he did Taekwondo, but he said he didn't do a sport version. He did more of a combat version.
Yes, yeah.
I never really saw him move. I mean, I didn't see him do Taekwondo, but he was a big guy, so he's not very, very limber. But when it comes to the kicks, but for me, I wish I could do some of those kicks. I think that was one of those frustrations that it's just I wanted to fight, not like ooh, point.
Oh no, yeah,
I wanted to I wanted to actually get down and rumble, but it was one of those that I don't know, it's just the whole competition thing. I think it got to me, but even as I got older, it's like, God, if I could learn how to do that jumping, spinning kick and throw out my groin and rip a couple muscles, because I'm definitely not as flexible as I used to be. But
I mean, very combative sports.
Yeah.
Because the old championships, a lot of people knock out, broke. We didn't have a headgear that time. After '86, they made a headgear because the same thing, nice kick in the head, and then people go straight, knock out here, senseless, and the boom, hit the ground. Mm-hmm. That's why they started headgear. And then now these days, I don't lie to you, these days I don't like to watch because the sport now is like they have all the sensor now.
Oh, they have sensors now? See, I haven't been paying attention to that.
Just cover the headgear, the gloves, everything, bam! Not like point, but good kick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that, and just like kind of like people were talking about like fencing.
Okay.
Like that. It's like you have to use you have to be smart.
Right.
But like before our time, you have to, like, I'm very small guy. I have to be, very quick and get in and the counter kick and like that. This time these days, like it's just bam, like a piece. You don't have not many knockdown, not like before.
Right.
I didn't see any, only few.
I was in a couple competitions. In fact, I do attribute Taekwondo for me meeting my wife. That's where I met. That's where I met my. That's where I met my wife. So, and of course, after we started dating, she just stopped doing martial arts.
Yeah.
But no, that's very cool. So, you come to America in 1990.
Yes, sir.
And where have you always been in Oregon, or did you start off somewhere?
At Oregon, yeah. Just my grandmaster here, and he have a 3 school, and he gave me the one you can take here.
Okay.
You come sometime, and then since 90, I just only this travel or the state, because at that time is like a very, like you said, very people competition. And I did the Olympic training, whatever we do, and I take the team, go to the national championship kind of stuff for a while.
Very cool.
And then after for a while, kind of bored. Yeah, just and whole time in Oregon. Oregon remind me a little bit Nepal because not like developed, but the mountain.
Okay.
Like in Nepal, like just the mountain and a lot of lakes.
Right on.
And all the green, and remind me that back home.
Okay.
After that, I came here, and then later, after 5-6 years, I got married, and the kids all here, and just never in other states to move.
Right on. Now, you closed your school down in. You had a school out in Gresham.
Yes, between the Gresham and Portland.
Yeah, I was kind of right there on that pseudo line.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Very much the Gresham, you're right.
Yeah.
The traffic lights, Gresham. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So is that the same school that you were given, or was that something that you opened up on your own?
Yeah. What happened? But it happens sometimes. Like what happened? I don't want to say like this. We are the. Like we know each other. But what happened? People brought me here, and I was single. Somebody sponsored me too. I'm sorry, I went to school too, and then and after I got married, I went to school, but I don't need the money. All the sponsor helped me that time, and then after I got married, I have kids, and where I was teaching from my grandmaster. What the bad thing happened is because we respect very much your grandmaster, like his martial art, and took me advantage. You don't want to pay anything.
Oh,
pay anything, and then and I do the private relation kind of stuff I'm making in the side, and he don't like that one. And then he have one plan came in his head. Damn, I'm sorry, and I go. Now, if he get out from my school, he gonna open his school, and all the students go to him. Mm-hmm. That's his kind of bad thinking, and then conversation came anyway, and then very much a lot of my students telling me, hey, you're using you, mm-hmm. And we made books, we make the videotape, how to like this, and I got nothing. Thank you very much. That's it.
Oh yeah,
very much, and then And I tried to teach outside a little bit, and what happened? And he found out, and they say, hey, you cannot teach my student. So I'm like, then I got a what do you call the contract signed.
Okay.
I signed the paper. Hey, you cannot teach from my school 5 miles. You cannot teach, and you cannot teach my student like that. Mm-hmm. I contract 5 years, and then I respect so much and hurt my feeling really bad, and I said, okay, I don't want to do Taekwondo anymore. I stopped 5 years.
Oh, you stopped for 5 years?
I stopped 5 years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I didn't teach anything. That's why I started working, and I just did the armor truck security kind of stuff. And that time, and then a friend of mine have a same school name, World Taekwondo Fitness Center. One of my students, let's go start, and he started in the Vancouver.
Okay.
And I put the same name, and I started 2002 in the Gresham. Yeah.
Right on.
So, yeah. After that, all the way, almost 18 years, and because they don't want to renew anymore, and I have a little family problem. I have to go anytime.
Right.
In Nepal,
right.
My parents getting a little bit older.
Right.
And then every time I go month go spend the time with my parents and come back, I'm losing a student, student, and then rent going high, and I couldn't afford it because if I go every time, I lose a student. I have a couple of instructors, but there's some reason I have a really good bond with my student. Mm-hmm. If the new instructor, they don't come. If they don't come, they don't pay. I didn't do any contract.
Right.
They come. They like to come and they pay. They don't come. They don't have to pay.
Okay.
That's why I did 18 years.
Oh wow.
But I did okay.
That's kind of cool. There's because I mean, it's still kind of a contract, but I always did like a month to month.
Yes, yeah,
yeah. There's a guy that I know. He had, and this is kind of that left turn at Albuquerque, but when it comes to contracts, he had done. that your well, I don't want to say stereotypical, but when it came to me studying to, how am I going to open a school, the whole contract thing, it's like I'm selling that black belt, and it's going to be like, I'm going to sell for $3,000, and you can come until you actually get your belt. And I don't know, that just seems unethical. I don't know if I mentioned on a previous podcast, but he had told me that he had once sold like some $3,000 program, and the guy, he comes to watch class and he goes, "Yes, I want this," and he signs $3,000, gives him the check, and never comes back.
Somebody does that too. That's true.
And it's just like, wow, and there's a couple of people I know that was like, "Oh yeah, when you open your school, this is how you do it." And you see, it's like, how to make $70,000 on your opening weekend.
Exactly.
It's like, no, I can't do that. That's just that to me, that just doesn't seem ethical. Yeah. And to know that you ran a school for 18 years, just month to month,
yes,
that's fantastic. And of course, you having to leave for a month and all that kind of stuff. Some of the students be like, "Well, if he's not going to be there, I'm not going to be there." That can definitely hurt.
That's why I like this. Like you have the same. We are a martial artist, and I don't want to be cheat people.
Yeah.
And or I was teaching before, and somebody have just the talking like it's nice talk. And other thing I was teaching, and I was teaching very seriously, and they said. And then they told me, "Hey man, nobody come all championship here. This is a business, because if I do hard, people gonna leave."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's true. Now it's turned out more Taekwondo school, more business. Mm-hmm. I noticed that, like you said, you sign the paper and you stock.
Yeah.
Like same like a car payment you have to do, but they take out all the money and you're paying the bank.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's, I don't know. It just doesn't seem ethical to me. So I've always done just the month to month.
Month to month, yeah.
And from my friend who used to do that, he does a month to month, but it's and I kind of modeled in a way after him. It's just flat fee. Yeah, I'm not going to charge for belt rank. I'm not going to I'll give you a uniform right off the gate, and usually you get a free uniform anyway. The $20 trial.
$20. That's true.
So, but it's just like that. Just flat fee, boom, and then he even says if it's normal wear and tear on the uniform, he'll just give him another one. It's all part. It's just all inclusive, and. True. So like for me, I don't, like I said, I don't charge for promotions because, it's like if you've earned the belt, it costs me $3 to buy the belt, So it's, why am I going to charge you $30 or $40?
Yeah. People charge like, that's weird. I saw sometime you saw the belt. I did so many years Taekwondo, and then the belt's all different there. And I asked the white, we have like a yellow, the white, yellow, green, you have all these steps, 12, 15 step. And why? Oh, because they have to pay everything. Yeah. The belt test money. And that's the thing. Yeah, some of them I don't like. Some idea I don't like it, but
Yeah, I think I broke mine. Mine is down to, because I don't do. I don't do belt stripes. I just do solid belts.
Solid belt. Okay.
Basically the striping that comes in is I break down the curriculum into 5 sections, okay. And so if you know a section, if they know their kata, okay, they'll get a little stripe.
A stripe. Yes.
And then they know their strikes and their kicks and all, their falling and rolling, they get another stripe. And so I can look, and I've colored it out just based this yellow, orange, green, blue, that kind of stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, I know what level they're at, and if they have all 5, then they should be ready, to take a test.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Yeah. 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 5 is stripe, like you said. They know their form. They know all the self defense, and I even what I did. This idea, some kids, it come to discipline, study home. And then I gonna ask the parent. I think all the martial arts school does. Most of people does that. And what I did, the kids, and then I go, "Master, my son, he doesn't study. he don't do his homework.
Mm.
He don't go. He skip his school kind of stuff. What I do, and they have all the stripe they have in the belt,
Mm-hmm.
ready to belt test after 3 months, 4 months. And what I do, I have two form. One I have to parent have to fill out. And after since he started Taekwondo, he didn't get a good grade.
Mm-hmm.
He have a good manner in home, and he did a good grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted from parents the signature, and then and I send their school with them, not an email. I send them with them, and teacher gonna go, and he doing a lot better.
Okay.
He's not a bully any kids, and then he doing his grade better. He attend the class, and teacher say he's good, and then I do the belt test for them.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I do that
I think
for
I've seen something like that,
Yeah,
but I like that. You have, before they rank, they, it's kind of getting everybody involved in that. Art is what they're learning
Yes, sir.
from us, whether
Yeah.
it be, physical skills, life skills, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are they bringing that into their actual life?
Actual life.
That's
And-
kind of cool.
And they have and they have other one last tip is they're they have to learn the respect the courtesy, integrity, kind of 5 word they have to know,
Yeah.
and they have what that meaning. That one is that and they follow everything, and they reach the level, and then get a belt test.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you're working here. You're working at hospital security.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You've been doing that for what? You've been here almost 10 years?
10
Or has it
years.
been-
10 years ago now. June gonna be 11 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Because I think you started shortly after I did. I just can't remember. It was like that
Yeah.
yearish.
2008.
Okay.
2008.
Yeah.
June. Yeah.
Yeah. So is this something that you're careering out, or is this just another step in your?
Yeah, actually, I don't like to. What I try to do, I work always ER. What I like to ER because I took the correction officer classes too.
Okay.
I want to become a correction officer.
Oh, you want to move into that?
Yeah, no, before.
Oh, before that.
That's
Okay.
why I like it.
Okay.
And then I did everything I did. I went to all the way interview thing, and then for some reason I couldn't pass the interview or something. And then I was going, and I look at myself. My heart tells me I'm young.
Mm-hmm.
But my body not like before it's like everything reflects boom, and now is
Yeah.
I have to think, and body will be slow.
Yeah.
That's my head, and that's good. I'm not young anymore, and I still have a confidence what I can get out of situation.
Right.
I like that, and then I just go I'm just gonna stuck here. Yeah, I'm just gonna be. I like it. I like everybody. All my coworkers is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
All of them very good and good relationship with everybody.
Yeah.
And I love it. Yeah.
I'm kind of in that same spot. I don't know if I'll career out. I actually really enjoy doing this.
This one.
I think I started this. I don't know really why I started. I started doing the podcast because it was just something that I wanted to. There were stories out there. Like your story,
Yes, sir.
all the other martial artists that I know. It's like, okay, let's sit down and talk. And, I'm trying to, increase viewers on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, I could do a podcast. And I've talked in the past with other people about how, some of my influences. But the more and more I sit down with people, the more and more I like it, and I started with people that I know.
Oh.
And of course, like, we were talking before we turned on the mics, it's like, if getting together with people I know, but there's some people, it's like I don't work with you because we work on other sides, different sides of the river.
Same department.
But it's the same department, and we've
yeah.
known each other,
Yes, yeah.
and actually you actually let me have your floor at the dojo where you're dojang out in Gresham for a few months when I was trying to do knife stuff out there.
Yes,
But
yeah.
but it was just one of those things where it was, but getting to sit down with you here and getting to know you better,
Yes, yeah.
I really enjoy that.
Oh,
And so I don't know if I'd career myself out here. I think 50 is my limit. So I might have a few more years here.
Oh, well, I'm 53
But,
already, and I don't know.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know the clientele that we get. It's we're not getting any older.
Yeah.
Or no,
Younger.
We're not getting any younger.
Younger.
Yeah, Got to correct myself on that one. We're not getting any younger.
That's
so
true.
it's just one of those things where it's like, do I want to fight with people every day?
Every day, yeah. Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
just like we had this arrest before I came over here. Somebody trying to assault people just because they're freaking out because they didn't get what they wanted in the ED. I don't know. I think that's. I come to work for the people, honestly. The people I work with, hang out with my friends, and serve the people who want to be served.
Yes, yeah, helping. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, last time I noticed just a week ago, nice patient. Very, really skinny, might like that, and I hear his story. He have a lot of frustration in his life. I help him everything, and all of a sudden, on the blue, just boom, kick in my chest. And after that, what are you gonna do? What I'm gonna do to him, and what am I gonna do? I do nothing, and then every time I gotta, I have from the martial artists, we have our self-control. We can control emotion and action.
Right.
That's I have to do all the time. And I was in my head, first time I came in, and the people are so rude. I kind of mad, and I realized myself, I'm working here, and then they are they need help. They need help. That's why they are here. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I frustrate that same patient come all the time and just, yelling at everything. And in my head, when I go, hey, why I have to mad with them? If they come and secure my job, you know what I mean. That's why I try to make my mind.
Yeah.
That way I don't mad with them. They kick me or whatever. Next day I'm just gonna go escort out nicely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right on. So, I have kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yes, yeah.
What's their age ranges?
That's weird. First, she's gonna be my oldest daughter. Gonna be 25 this July.
Oh wow! Okay.
And she finished her education, and then my son, he's 22, just turned 22 December 24th.
Okay.
And he's in the George Fox University.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's 1 year to go, I think. And then that's I was young, came here. Mm-hmm. That's a little bit, I don't know. Came and I grew up. That's why I'm not smart. I grew up in Nepal, no abuse. Parents can hit you, no abuse. And you go to school, I'm not a smart kid. Teacher hit me. Mm-hmm. And at home, my parents, I'm always bad grade. The parents hit me. And Taekwondo, the crazy Korean instructor hit me. That's why I'm so, and now straight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm not becoming smart, yeah. And then that's why I grew up, and I came to the United States, and I've traveled all over the world, and I came in the United States. I never, if I did, I got in trouble back home because everybody likes me,
right?
The girls, and then one thing of a different culture, example, if I date somebody, if I date somebody and everybody know me, I date her, and my plan, I want to go out of the country, and if I broke off with her, nobody can marry her because she was with me. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't ruin her girl's life there. You know what I mean? If I with somebody back home, back home somebody, and everybody knows she was my girlfriend,
right?
And if I broke up, and then somebody gonna marry her, her parents gonna find out, oh, that's Bidhan Lama's girlfriend before. Oh, I'm arranged marriage. Oh, she's not gonna marry with my son because he already with him.
Ah, God. Okay, now
that's
I
why
understand.
that's my head. I never hurt anybody's heart.
Right. Okay.
And I came here, I was being wild, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I have 4 kids, a different woman, different girl. I fall in love very much. My student, I heard later, never date with your coworker like that. I did. My student were married and we have kids, and second happened same thing, and third happened same. That's why I have 4 kids, and I was working 10 years, just paying the child support.
Oh, geez.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my story a little bit there. Yeah.
But your kids turned out okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm proud of my first ex-wife. I'm proud of because she take it really good. I just pay the child support, and then she have a full custody, and I gotta visit them, and even they can. I remember they cannot even listen to G100, bad word.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. My ex. Yeah, I do respect her, and they're both really good.
Yeah, that's the one thing when it comes to, I've talked about this with other people. Just having your kids grow up. My eldest is 22.
Wow.
He's moved out. Got my middle son. He's going to UW. So it's like, okay, it's almost like okay, I've been a good human. Have I taught these people to be good humans?
Good. Yeah, that's
so yeah, it's just one of those where, I'm proud of my kids.
Yeah, I do. My two kids, and the story came a little bit. And then the other thing I did, I didn't learn though. And before I dated, I never have kids. And then the first I actually married her, my first ex-wife.
Yeah.
Actually married. We married here. She was a Lutheran Christian, and we married her in the church. And I took her back home to do my traditional way.
Oh, okay.
And 2 kids we have, and then after some reason, because the culture different thing, and then we 6 or 7 years married, and then after school I met somebody again. I did a mistake, and then actually my student's mom. Yeah, and because I'm telling that story because she became so selfish. And I think I find out just for she thinking me I'm rich or something. I have his school, everything.
Uh-huh.
And we broke up. No, never married. And I didn't see my little daughter. She's 14, almost 10 years.
Oh, so you didn't know?
No, I have my daughter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I see my daughter after broke off. We broke off. Yeah, we
Okay.
broke up. We never married.
Right.
Never married. And then and every time after broke up, every time I call, never answer the phone. Other story I just say or not, you can cut.
Yeah.
I never answer the phone. And then sometimes you're mad, but I never use the bad word.
Right.
And I go, hey, this is Bidhan. My daughter is biological. I'm father, a right to see my daughter. She never answered. Now the conversation came out to tell the story, really what happened, my work. And I call her. I left a message. I told you I'm not smart. I left a message at work. Same thing. Hey, this like a nice way. This
right.
My daughter's dad, her name, and then the money is not everything. I have to write this to my girl, and what I did, I'm older, but sometimes I have a kids kind of habit. What I say, sometimes you did something. Hey, I want to tell your dad, kind of stuff. What I did to her. Hey, if I didn't see my daughter, I want to come to your work and I want to talk with the boss. Maybe he or she can help me.
Yeah.
And I almost fired this job. And you know why?
Oh, wow.
She worked in the pub building.
Seriously?
Same company because I had phone harassment. My manager returned off me and then he got fired. And I said, okay, I don't mind. And I don't if I did bad for the job,
Yeah.
it's something bad.
Wow.
I don't mind. But this the family matter.
Yeah.
She's the one did this to me. Almost fired. I got written off, and that's why after that, and they gave me advice like don't call her, don't go see her. And they have this kind of plan. You're gonna be fired, and then you're gonna more mad. You're gonna go home, and then they can domestic violence. You cannot even teach the kids.
Yeah.
That they told me, and then after that, never see my daughter yet.
Wow.
She's gonna be. Last one I saw, she was 5. She's gonna 14 this July.
Oh wow, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's my mom always used to say that that men are they're always just 4-year-old boys.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
They never make the smartest decisions.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, even last night, my wife and I are kind of parents to. We're parents, of course, to our kids, but we see us as parents to their friends too. So it's just that it's like, okay, if we've accepted you into our home, we're going to call you out on stuff too. And so my son had one of his little friends over, and she was wearing next to nothing. Oh. And I was just like, are you serious? well, are you dressing like a hooker for a reason? You know, and I say outlandish stuff like that because I'm trying to make a point.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
And then I'm also doing that, you know, also on purpose because I figure if my kids can handle me, they can handle pretty much anybody,
Yes,
you know.
true.
And of course, you know, you get these kids who don't understand, you know, that side of me. And she was like, but, and I was like, no, it's like, you know, it's like you should have some respect for yourself.
That's true.
And of course, then my wife is telling me to shut up, and then I need to stop talking, and it's just like, no, but I'm trying to prove a point. So then, of course, my daughter, she's 13, and so I tell her, I was like, you know, I said, as you you know, get into college or high school and start hanging around, you know, these little hoochies that wear next to nothing, I said, do you think we should just buy sweats? Like have sweatpants and sweat tops, just, you know, if they come over that they can just put on they, you know, they don't freeze because they're not wearing anything. Yeah. And my daughter's like, I don't hang out with people like that, Dad. Oh, okay. And I'm just like, that's because you're young. You're gonna have that one friend who's a hoochie.
Yeah, that's the one little bit like with most of martial art. We are like we like to see all the kids discipline.
Yeah,
discipline. Yeah, that's why I have my problem. Like, you know, my life, I never drink, never smoke, never smoke, not even an energy drink. And every time the patient come, and the parents like me because for some reason I talk with them.
Yeah.
Hey, life's come only one time. How old are you? This is the time to go finish your education. Just talk to their life. Like, you know, like, can I stop? A lot of close with me, the patient, the kid, all like that. I like to, you know, the same, like I like to say, right?
Yeah.
Them, what I felt with them.
Well, it's good that you're, you know, trying to connect and still making a difference through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. No, some of the stuff I say at home, I'd get in trouble if I said it at work.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Now, with your kids that have been with you, did they do any martial arts? Did they?
Yeah, my son he started 5. Yeah, I started from them, Little Dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know, after they got older, and I'm kind of weird, I guess. My daughter did blue and green, and then what they do, like, I heard a long time ago, you don't teach your son and daughter whatever you want. Kids, you know, I have a group of people, I don't want they like, and then I go, if you don't listen to anything, you kind of get out of class, and that hurts your feeling after blue belt, yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
All my kids did a little bit of martial arts, but I saw that, you know, it's like, okay, well, it's not interesting them, and, you know, it's not their interest, it's not their passion like mine.
Yes,
you know, so we really didn't force it. It's like, okay, you know, do it, try it out, and, you know, if it's not your thing, that's cool.
That's true.
But you have to have a thing, you know.
Yes.
So my daughter, she's you know, she's into volleyball, and I'm always trying to get her to come back to class, you know. Especially we're doing one of the classes I teach is the modular knife by Bram Frank, and so you know, she'll do a little bit of that, but, you know, I'll be teaching and she'll walk in and just kind of look. And,
yeah.
Okay, come here. All right, 1, 4, 12.
Yes, yeah.
But it's and then my middle son, he's more of a runner. You know, he actually went further in rank than any of the other two, but it was just, you know, it's like, yeah, it's just not something he was interested in. So it's like, okay. So, but yeah, it's, you know, I didn't want to force my kids, and having somebody else, like, because I had heard that same thing too. You don't want to be your kid's teacher.
Yes.
And I think that's important too. You know, it's the same thing. My wife, when my daughter was doing volleyball, she started with my wife because she's a coach. But it was very important that we were like, nope, we don't want my wife to be her coach. So we've always made sure that, you know, she was, you know, even if they were in the same club, they were teaching. They were on different teams. So, but yeah.
That's the better, I think. Yeah, you know, like you said, that oh, it's my dad kind of stuff. Then you have like in the class, everybody's same. If somebody do push up, they have to do the same thing, but they don't like it kind of stuff. And then when I have a little bit bad, not a temper, but I don't like the student or my kids give attitude, and I hate that part.
Yeah.
And I just get out of here.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff, and they hurt the feeling, and then they coming, and then my daughter did Hunter Blue. My son did not even. I mean Greenbelt. Yeah, and then my other daughter, she was very into. She did the Little Dragon. You know, when I was like, she was born. She grew up in this school, and she did a little bit, and we broke up. And my little daughter very interested, and she was so interesting. Now I have to close my school.
Oh,
this
yeah?
one is just
She's really into it?
Really into it.
Now, how old is she?
4.
4?
4 years old, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was born there, and then all the time, like, yelling and doing, and couple months, she was 3-4 months trying to do like a push-up, not really push-up, but kind of stuff, so flexible with the stretch like that, yeah. And she's really into it, and then I have to stop right now.
Oh. Well, there's always the garage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, own place is much better.
Yeah.
That's the better. Yeah, renting other people lease, and every year, raise the money, and then every year the purchase go, the rent go high, and it just.
Yeah, my goal, because I had only planned to be here doing the security stuff for like 5 years. 5 years. And of course, 12 years later.
That's true.
But yeah, every time I think about opening a commercial location, because that's ultimately, that's kind of what I see my retirement as, podcast teaching. That's, that's kind of what I like to do. Yeah. So, but every time I talk about with somebody, it's like, oh yeah, I want to eventually open up a commercial school, and everyone's like, your garage looks really nice. Oh, don't open a school.
Actually, that's true.
It's like just because of the overhead and the headache, and because the garage, it's remodeled. It has nice mats. It's warm in the winter, cool in the summer. It's just like, if you can hold your classes there, hold your classes there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it's just because there's very little overhead. Yep. I was like, okay, I think I could do that. Yep. And if I was to leave here, I've already figured out. It's like, okay, well, I could have, X number of people in class to, for the limited mat space. But then if I had all the classes filled out, I'd actually be making more money doing that than I'd be making here.
Yeah.
So
that's true. I don't want to say easy, but easy money very much. Just you giving, you experience them, and then you don't have to mattress, meter, like heat and cold. That's what you need. You don't need any, and then I don't lie to you, like you said, the uniform. Like how much, and $10-15, you sell like a 35, 50, and belt test. Good money. Yeah. When we did here Allen Boulevard the first time, and I'm making I make the money for them actually. 3-4 student now, that's nice, and then all day very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, day to day to. Evening 5 classes and day 2 classes.
Now, when you're teaching, how many group lessons versus private lessons? Was it more than one? Was it more group lessons than privates, or how popular is private lessons?
Private lessons, some kids want to go to championship. Because my experience, I teach them I had 10 kids or something, just for the hard training, everything. And evening class I do for everybody, and on some of them I give the private lesson. Some kids have no self-esteem. Okay. A little bit, you thinking I can do nothing, help them. And then after a couple months they put a class, like a 5 class a day. Night, like a 3, I get out of here like a 2:30, straight to the Taekwondo, change, and I look like I'm not tired, ready to go, all the way 8 o'clock, 8:30. Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah, this is 16, 17, 18 years, very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard for me. And then sometimes And that's why I never got overtime to work swing shift because I have to rush right away. And sometime whenever my other instructor tried to teach, and then everybody's slacking out kind of stuff, and next day I go complain, and then I just go. I cannot do 20. Whole life like that. I needed somebody. At this time, I'm thinking that somebody asking me. They're gonna invest the money. I have to maybe like example. They put the 20,000, maybe half of 5,000, like a same partner, kind of like that, and both can. He can teach, I can teach. Like that's gonna do it. Now I don't do it by myself. I think.
Okay.
Too hard.
Yeah. No, that sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
But a little bit easier because and like with the the whole overtime thing. Like last year for us, that was absolutely insane. And it's gotten better.
Better, yeah.
But yeah, I had to schedule that because it's like, I can't do it on this day or this day or this day because, I've got classes or I'm doing filming or, there's other stuff going on.
Yes, true.
So it's like, okay, I can do this day. And so it was like that day every single week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, I was going to every day go to uniform on. I like to involve myself. Some people go, stay in the office. There you go. Not like that. I just go right with them.
Yeah.
Right with them yelling and, just loud and trying to help each other. Yeah. I try to involve and I feel better. After really tired and after uniform on and started warming up, right there. I'm fresh again.
It's funny you mentioned that. I kind of felt the same way. Like doing the training for our department here, doing different classes. Doing like working a shift and then going to teach or whatever. I almost feel like Yoda from episode 2, where he kind of walks in and there's Dooku. Yeah, Count Dooku. And he kind of, Yoda kind of taps in and he looks like this old little decrepit thing. And then he bounces all over the place. And then after the fight, he then picks up the cane and tap. Yeah. And I kind of feel like that because you get you get yourself in that mindset of training and then you're just on the floor and whatever aches and pains or tiredness completely goes away. You're totally there focused. And then after class is over, you're like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They had like 4 or 5 classes, and then last, oh my God, I got to go. After go home and eat, that's again the way too. I got to go home and sleep because I have to wake up. One time I worked night shift too, and very hard.
I remember that.
Yeah, night shift, and I just I go work, and I just go straight to the studio, and a little office there under the table. I sleep there, and day class. Yeah, day class, 1, 2 class there, and go home and sleep. Yeah, just really hard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's hard having a passion.
Yeah.
And a 40-hour job.
40-hour job, that's true. But it helps a lot because I didn't make any money here.
Yeah.
I'm taking home, I was taking home 2 weeks, like 600, something like that. And if I didn't have a business, and then all my bills, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because they garnish my check.
Right.
The child support.
The child support.
Child support. Now, no more.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Only one. I have only one.
Only one.
Only one.
Yeah, that's something I'm fortunate that I have not had to do.
No, that's I don't like anybody go that kind of thing.
What do you see your future as in the next few years, martial arts wise?
One is now I think a couple offer because my old student now they're getting the old student they're getting old too now and they want a business. They know that. They love martial art, Taekwondo too, and they say, hey, master, let's get together, have a lunch, and then talk, and like that. We like you, everything, whatever. Do the partners,
Is that who you think you might do the partnership
maybe,
with?
Is I don't want to do myself. Yeah, I just going to partner, and I want to do the little bit, rich place kind of stuff. Yeah, because when I was teaching there, a lot of people. They really like the Taekwondo, and they don't. Sometimes they stop. And why didn't you come? And I said, they didn't have money. And I said, don't worry about it. When you have money, give to me.
Right.
That's kind of business I did. But I always believe in a God or myself, and always money for something for me somehow.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's of course, we have to have money to live.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I think that I like that aspect. Because I've done that same thing with students, and I have my knife instructor. He does the same thing.
Oh.
It's just like we had his big birthday camp, and he told a couple of people, just show up, just don't worry about it, just show up. I've done that before. It's like, well, you know how to mow a lawn? Okay, you mow my lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll do the classes. Just show up. And if they don't show, then you kind of know where they stand. But it's like, okay, at least you're giving them that opportunity to say, just come to class. We'll worry about it later.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I did that. Yeah, a lot of kids. So close.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they even ask me, I can sweep, I can walk the meter. I said no, and very nice people. I have a good relationship with the. And that's the weird part is like I'm just the instructor, and then I just might thinking myself, and then the parents gonna come, and then big boy, he didn't listen, he didn't study, and I don't know what, and I go, what you doing, man? And I told them, just couple like this kind of broken English. I tell them something, and then later parents thanks me. They scared. They listen me. That's the compliment. That's the good part.
Yeah.
He's doing so good in Taekwondo start, and thank you very much, and give me the lot of Christmas gift, my lot of birthday gift. That's kind of, I have, that's part the best part.
That's
compliment.
Cool.
Good
Mm-hmm.
compliment.
Right on.
Yeah, I still people say, when are you going to open this school? Kind of stuff, They're like, very nice people. I met a lot of nice people.
Right on.
Yeah, a lot of nice people.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, every time you come up in conversation with the people that know you, of course, at work, they're always like, "Oh yeah, Bidhan's just so cool.
Nice people.
He's so quiet and
nice people." And I just tell them, "You guys so nice," and some in here also and then so like what I don't like to talk with the nurses, everybody, doctor, because some people don't like me martial art. It's like I'm bragging,
Right.
them. That's what I'm telling. And then all of a sudden, doctor is saying, "Hey, you like Olympic like this," and I go, my face is red, and I have to turn my other conversation.
Yeah.
And sometimes I lie to them, and sir, that's my twin's brother. Exactly like me. I'm taking a credit, and I told them I'm just lying. I just go right away. I never talk the martial art with them. And some people like if I say it myself, like bragging them,
Well, I was kind of there. The first podcast I did with Super Dan Anderson. He's got the school in Gresham.
Oh yeah, Anderson.
Yeah.
I still have that. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, he's still there.
The little the downtown Gresham.
3rd and Roberts.
Yeah, exactly.
So and I've known Danny for a long time, and so of course, doing the podcast, I was like, Danny, let's do a podcast.
Oh.
So he was like, absolutely.
Oh.
But when in our conversation, we kind of talked about a little bit about humility and humbleness. Mm-hmm. And it's talking about yourself. Like for me, it's talking about myself. Like what you were just saying. It's like you're not talking about your martial arts history or that you were Olympic medalist because it's bragging. You feel it's bragging, and in some respects. I kind of feel the same way. It's just like, okay, well, I don't really want to tell it. It's like, I don't want to walk around and I'm a martial artist.
Yes,
I teach martial arts.
Yes,
I do this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and there are some people that, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to a seminar this weekend. Oh, really? What kind of seminar? Oh, my knife instructor's in town. It's like, knife instructor? What do you mean by that? It's like, oh, I do martial arts. Really? I had no clue.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, the other people I'm a little closer to, they know what's going on.
Yeah,
but I think it's, but when Dan and I talked about it, I think he mentioned something about how people kind of look at it the wrong way. It's not necessarily talking, like you bragging. It's just, if if it comes up in conversation, then it comes up in conversation.
Yes, that's right.
It's just, instead of you just walking around, I do this.
Yeah,
that's bragging. But it's like, like even trying to, promote your school, promote your business. It's like at some point it's not considered bragging. It's considered promotion.
Promotion. That's true.
And like for me, my brand is Sensei Mish. And so it's, so whether you're watching a Kyushu Corner episode or a podcast or training, that's just who I am. That's me. But, and in some respects, I'll kind of promote myself that way, but I don't know. I think that's also something I like about you too. Just your quietness and your humbleness and your like I said, one of the most polite people I've ever met.
Well, nice.
We
were nice here. Very nice.
But
very nice people, and if I'm nice and I respect you, and give me respect back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And then that's why I felt like I could respect. Like in class, we're gonna say little kids, sir. They say, okay, sir. That's why I never called your name. Remember? I don't remember.
Yeah, you always called sir. Yes,
I
sir.
kind of called the name because that's I grew up. I gonna like in here, in your dad's friend. Hey, Michael, whatever. We don't do that.
Yeah.
If you're your dad's friend, uncle. Your brother, sister, friend, older, we called brother.
Yeah.
Like that's why I grew up, and I kind of very hard to call the name.
Interesting.
Very hard to call the name for me.
It's funny. What was I doing? I had Greg Townsley. I was telling you about that a little bit earlier. We did a podcast last week.
Oh yeah.
And so he comes over the dojo and he walks in and he's like kind of admiring the place and I did the whole excuse me, sir. It's so good to see you, sir. And he's like, you don't have to call me sir.
Yeah, that's everybody's saying.
And I'm like, but it's but that's our martial arts culture. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
A couple of people told me already, don't call me sir.
Yeah.
I said, oh. Yeah, they did straight to me. And I can even like a patient I couldn't kill name, and they like that. Most of the people. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, don't call me sir, but you're so nice with them, try to help, and then the verbal judo very much and they in my broken English I try to help them, and some region connected most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, most of the time not even hands on it, and old lady hold my hand, and this is nice, and I tell them and I love working, and the older people blessing you, and what have to do? Just bless me.
Yeah.
And I tell them bless my day and give a hug. I don't know how dirty they are. Yeah, very good connection. A lot of good report with the patient too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's why I say I feel like if I give somebody respect, they give respect back.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. That's why I respect everybody.
I think it works.
Yeah,
it works.
It works. Yeah. And somebody, that didn't care, and he just. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep it still respect, and then, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks by our time, it's been a little over an hour.
Wow.
A little over an hour. Time flies.
Time flies. That's
Time
true.
flies.
Yeah.
So, but I think this would be a good segue to end it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Share share my experience, and like education, martial art, because always learning something new thing. That's why I tell all my coworkers, in the security also, I tell them I'm learning every day new thing.
Yeah. And I've learned a lot about you today, and I hope you guys learned a lot. This guy's a great guy. Yeah. And in fact, I have to admit, when I have called and mandated you a couple times, I felt bad.
No.
Seriously. When those things come up and it's just like, I gotta mandate Bidhan,
No, I didn't even. I just I did. I like to organize. Go, and that's my classes. Can I stop? And it's like, I gonna manage. That's why I just always rush. That's why I try to work overtime. Put my name list down. Yeah. No, I don't mind it because you're leading, you're the boss. But you have to do, and then
But still, it was like, because most of the time it's just like, oh, well, I haven't worked in a while. And it's just like, it's Bidhan. I just like him so much. I don't know.
No, I don't. I follow the. I just follow the. What I mean? Like I follow the senior people. That's where I grew up, and I'll do always.
Right on.
Always a discipline. Yeah.
Okay.
Sportsmanship.
Right on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our talk. If you have stuck around this long and you're still not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, the little bell if you want to know anytime something new pops up. And of course, if you really like this this conversation like I did, please hit the like button and comment. Want feedback, want to hear from you guys. And with that said, we are out.